Joining me right now, trusted SEC security practice lead, Alex Hamerstone. Alex, first of all, what's your reaction to this news that Equifax is blaming it on the software provider? I mean, that's kind of convenient, right? It's not our fault. So from a legal standpoint, they're trying to say it's someone else's issue, and it's the software company's issue. Your reaction?
As you just mentioned, that's obviously brand new news. One of the things with software is that if you are using third-party software, there's a responsibility on the organization to make sure that software is safe to use, that it's vetted, et cetera. So if it is an issue where it was the software, that still doesn't, I don't think, remove responsibility there. Yeah,
you got to make sure that at some point the buck stops where, right? And if you're the ones who are guarding 143 million Social Security numbers, you better make sure that whatever software company you're using it doesn't have these kind of flaws in its program, and you should make sure you have a staff of people that can test it for this kind of stuff. I think too often companies become complacent on this, Alex, and this is serious stuff. I mean, if you really wanted to do damage, you'd go after banks, you'd go after this information from something like Equinox, and so the onus is on these people that are guarding this information to make sure that it is secure.
Well, especially so, I think, because we don't necessarily choose to give them our information. It's not service is not up for it. They collect the information and they sell it and profit from it. So you don't really have a choice. So your data is out there. So it certainly is concerning that they're not able to keep it secure.
How should people be thinking about this? I mean, because chances are, if you get a credit report, if you've ever gotten a credit report, then these bad guys have your information. I mean, how can we all protect ourselves in this particular case, not just going forward?
This is a pretty big challenge. This information, if it's accurate, that's been lost, things like Social Security numbers, addresses, maiden names, that type of thing. It has a very long shelf life, so it's not like a credit card that you can have reissued. And these are the things that you would use to establish that identity. Or if you think of all the accounts that you have outside of this, if you go to verify your identity to log into your cable account, or when you call a customer service line, they'll oftentimes ask you for the last numbers of your Social Security number, or those types of things. Yeah. So this information has a great amount of ways that it can be used nefariously.
And this is not really your wheelhouse, but it is interesting that you see that kind of insider selling that happened. You heard me reference that from some of the executives at the company right before this hack was announced. So it makes you think that maybe somebody knew something. Alex, I imagine the SEC is going to be looking pretty carefully into that one. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you. Good to have you here.